Hello, welcome to Kandala's Technology Center. This is Vijay Kandala. Today I am going to talk about part 1 video series of Blasier tutorial. ASP.NET Core Blazor Introduction. Blazor. Browser plus Blazor equal to Blazor. Build client web apps with C#. Now .NET brings free, cross-platform, open source. What is Blazor? Blazor is a single-page web application framework built on .NET that runs in the browser via WebAssembly and is based on HTML, CSS, and other standard web technologies. Blazor makes heavy use of Blazor, a markup syntax for HTML and C#. A Blazor application can be deployed as a set of static files without the need for any .NET support on server. Blazor lets you build interactive web UIs using C# instead of JavaScript, AngularJS, Angular, React.js, Vue.js, and etc. Nowadays, in server-side programming, C#, VB.NET, Java, and PHP. In client-side, Angular, React.js, Vue.js, and JavaScript. Now, Blazor brings C# to the client. ASP.NET Core Blazor hosting models. We have two types of Blazor hosting models. One is Blazor WebAssembly and second one is Blazor Server. The Blazor WebAssembly. This is also called the client-side hosting model. With this hosting model, the application runs directly in the browser on WebAssembly. So everything the application needs, that is the compiled application, its dependencies, and the .NET runtime are downloaded to the client browser from the server. A Blazor WebAssembly app can run entirely on the client without a connection to the server, or we can optionally configure to interact with server using Web API calls or SignalR. The Blazor WebAssembly hosting model, it is used for the mainly to execute C# language in client browser. Blazor Server. This is also called a server-side hosting model. With this hosting model, the application is executed on the server. Between the client and server, a SignalR connection is established. When an event occurs on the client, such as button click, for example, the information about the event is sent to the server over the SignalR connection. The server handles the event, and for the generated HTML, a difference is calculated. The entire HTML is not sent again to the client. It's only the difference that is sent to the client over the SignalR connection. The browser then updates the UI. Since only the difference is applied to update the UI, the application feels faster and more responsive to the user. Set up the softwares and tools. We need to download .NET Core SDK 3.1 or later version. If you already downloaded, no need to download now. If you have not yet downloaded, let's download using this below link. IDE Visual Studio 2019, Visual Studio Code, .NET Core CLI. To download Visual Studio 2019, use the below link visualstudio.microsoft.com downloads. Prerequisites. C#, HTML, CSS is required to learn Blazor applications. If you already have knowledge on .NET Core, it is added an advantage. Let's create first Blazor application using Visual Studio 2019. Let's flip to the Visual Studio. Just before that, I will show you how to download .NET Core 3.1 and Visual Studio 2019. Microsoft.com/download. You will get this page. Come down. In .NET Core and .NET Framework, we have two types. Frameworks are there. So under .NET Core, just download .NET Core SDK. If you click on this, the executable file will be downloaded. Let's go to download Visual Studio 2019. This is Visual Studio 2019. We have one is Community, Professional and Enterprise. Community Edition is free edition for us. We can download Community Edition. I have already downloaded, so let's open Visual Studio. This is Visual Studio 2019. Let's create first Blazor application. We have so many templates here: console app, .NET Core, console app, .NET Core, and ASP.NET Core, web applications. So like this, so many templates are here. We just select Blazor app. Yeah, see, the Blazor app project templates for creating Blazor apps that runs on the server in the ASP.NET Core app or in the browser on WebAssembly. Just select Blazor app and click on next. I will rename with first Blazor app. Let's click on create. We will get next page. It shows Blazor server app. Create a new Blazor app, that is Blazor server app. Just click on create. It will create our Blazor application with the default configuration. Few minutes of time to create application. It's got created. Let's see the folder structure. First Blazor app. Under this, dependencies, properties, www root, data, pages, shared, underscore, imports.razor, app.razor, appsettings.json, program.cs, startup.cs. These are the files got created by defaultly. Let's open one of these pages. This is counter.razor. In this page, by defaultly they are counting number of clicks. If you see this page, we have two sections of code. One is @page, one more block is @code. In this @code block, it is for C# coding. @page is for navigating, routing. This is the place for HTML or CSS. Let's run the application. Let's see the output in browser. Yeah, we got the first Blazor application here, hello world. If I tap the next page, that is counter. Click me, this is the button. If I click this, the count will be increased. If I click that, it is not increasing because my browser version is IE11. It is not supported for Blazor application. The Blazor will support the modern browsers. Let's open this URL in Google Chrome. Yeah, I have just opened the same URL in Google Chrome. I'm just clicking counter. Let's click on click me button. Yeah, it's getting incrementing. Fetch data. This page is weather forecast. Here we are just calling one service, weather forecast service, and fetching the data and displaying here. Let's go to the code. See, this is the C# code and this is HTML and this is for routing purpose. @page and @code, these two blocks are there. And if you see folder structure, we have error page, fetch data user razor. This is fetch data.razor page. And one more, under data they have created one entity class, that is weather forecast class, and one more is weather forecast service. In this service they have written one method, that is get forecast async method. This method they are calling from fetchData.razor page. They are just injecting this service over here using @inject. And then they are calling here. This is one event on initialize async event. In this they are calling get forecast async method. Yeah, I hope you understand about Blazor. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Keep watching my channel.